I'm Ashley.
I'm Ashley.
And I'm Sadie. Welcome back to the Misfits podcast with all three of us. For a change, it's been, again, 87 years since all of
I
us.
think it was May.
For all three of us?
No, June. I think it was June because, or May.
I think it was June because it was after
Was it
our
after
big fight tournament, right?
Yes, and I think we had state track. So I think it was after state track.
It's been that long.
It's been that long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Isn't that crazy?
Time is flying this year.
I
though.
know.
Mhm.
I know. Okay, so what's been up? Who wants to go first?
Well,
Not me. Nose goes.
let's go.
Oh.
I've just been, like you said, last one, just busy with kids and racing, and summer's finally done, so school's back up, which is nice for us. So we only have one feral creature during the day to take care of, which is helpful. But yeah, I mean, we're still always on the go with stuff. Mostly just, I'm in like the toddler doing stuff with the kids 24/7 phase.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is nice. I'm not complaining, but also very busy all the time with stuff. So, mostly racing.
Mostly racing. That's so impressive because you're how old is she? 5?
Just turned 5, yeah. Or
And
oldest.
she like rides around and drives around.
She's
That's crazy.
she's getting there, yeah. So last weekend, she did her first like actual like AMA sanctioned like legit race. Like she's done a fair race before, but this was like a legit like race. And she did really good. It was on a pretty big track. She did better than I thought she was going to do. She wanted to do all the practice motos, and then she wanted to go out and race. And she just did the 50 beginner class. So most of the other kids in there, it's all like first year AMA riders for like the beginner classes. And yeah, she did good. She held her own. She got back up each time she fell. We're at the point where we need to build her confidence, because when we go out and practice, like she'll go and she'll start building confidence and she'll start like actually like wide open, like ripping and hitting jumps and stuff. And then she'll wreck pretty hard, and then like we start back over where she's very timid and kind of slow.
Scary.
And yes, yes. So that's good. I mean, and that's again, but she's 5, so we're just out there having fun. If she wants to race, she race. If not, that's fine. We'll just go ride around. So like, we definitely are not the parents that want to push her, because I want this to be lifelong. Like I want to be able to go on trips with her and go riding and do stuff like that. So I don't want to burn her out when she's 5. And we're not dumping thousands into a P-dub. So
Wait, what's a P-dub?
So that's the bike that she's on. It's like the lowest,
Oh my
like smallest bike there is. But yeah, you'll have people that'll dump like thousands into these little P-dubs, and I'm like, they're 5. Like, I'm not out here racing for a national championship. We're not going to Loretta's. We're good. Like, I'm just happy she made it around the track.
That is great. Like kids' hobbies, though, just in general, can cost so much. Like some of the horse shows.
Oh my god.
Like we know some people that do like horse shows. I was oblivious to how much like horses cost, like good ones. And then just for like traveling and outfits and but like for my youngest, for her throwing stuff, we just traveled this summer. And so, I mean, really that was a hobby, and it cost money to travel and stay. And so,
We always did some pretty big travel. She did some pretty big events this year, didn't she?
yeah, she did the USATF, which is USA Track and Field. She qualified earlier this summer in regionals, and then this was a national show. She qualified in the hammer throw.
Which she'd never thrown that before.
She had never thrown, because in Iowa it's not a legal event because of safety. Like they've had some fatalities from the hammer, which is wild, right?
It's track
but
and
you
field.
can see how it would happen. I had never even seen the hammer throw, but
I was just gonna ask, what is that?
so it's essentially taking a shot put and putting it on a wire, and it has handles. And then they grab it with both hands, and they circulate, 2 to 3 times. The girl who was the national winner and like setting all these records. She does like 4 complete spins, and I know nothing about it, but apparently that's like a big deal. So anyway, they rotate around and then they just wing it out into the field. And so yeah, she practiced a couple times, and she ended up 6th in the nation. So that was pretty exciting.
It's fine.
So she loves it. I think obviously if it was an Iowa event, she would definitely throw it. But the only state that it's legal in is Rhode Island for high school. But otherwise, like in these clubs, you know, like AU, USA's. Yeah, so that was pretty cool for her. Yeah, I guess I'll just keep going. One of our other daughters got engaged. So for those of you counting, we are now up to 3 out of 5.
Yeah, you're about to get real busy.
And real broke. No, it's super exciting for all 3 of the girls. And I think honestly too, like just being super truthful, like you always want the best for your kids, obviously. And when your kids start dating, you'll see this someday.
Oh, God.
And Nelson, like, you know, just like think of yourself, but like you always want what's best for your kids. And the hard part when they start dating is that you don't really have control over that. Like you can,
especially with girls, like it's such a fine line. Like they have a bad like partner, you're like, no, screw that guy. They're like, or I'll love him more.
Right.
That
So
was
it's
me.
like you have to really, you know, dabble in that. Luckily for us, like all 3 that are engaged, first of all, it's like their first like long term, and we just got so lucky. Like all 3 of the guys that will be in our family, I have nothing but like such positive things to say. Like,
Good.
and I like fully mean that. I've never had reservations about any of them. And so that's really awesome to be able to say, because I know not everybody can say that. You know, you hear of these like horror stories of families that they don't care for the person marrying in, or you hear people, you know, dog on their in-laws. And hopefully our guys don't do that with us. But like so I feel very blessed that they are just awesome guys, and also different, but our girls are also so different. Other than that, summer, we saw some Cubs games. Cubs are now over. Now we can move on to football, so that's awesome. And school started back up for all of the girls. Well, not all of the girls. Our oldest is working, and then the other 4 are all back in school. And that's about it. So
Lots of conferences.
what?
Lots of conferences.
No, we just have 1 left in high school. Otherwise,
Oh no, like you and
Like you
hubby.
guys.
conferences. I thought you meant like
Parent-teacher
parent-teacher conferences. I was like, no, we don't really have those.
No.
We attended a couple medical conferences this summer. So when we go to medical conferences, we tend to like to go to hormone-related ones, or we've gone to like testosterone, sexual health. The most recent one was the peptide conference, which that was super cool. Functional health conferences, we like those. We have one this fall. It's called Ishwish, and it is, I think it's in November, and it is on sexual health.
I feel like I've heard about that one in other podcasts before.
Ishwish.
Yeah. Just because it's such like a fun, weird thing to say.
So it stands for, I always have to look it up because I want to make sure I get it right. So it is the International Society for the Study of Women's Sexual Health. So Ishwish.
Well, it's a good thing they dwindled that one down.
Right, because it's like, I know it's on women's sexual health, but like to get it all correct.
Yeah.
So we have one of those, and then at the end of the fall, we'll go back to the functional health one, or functional med. Those are exciting. Those are fun.
Would it be fun to do after you guys go to the women's one to do a follow-up with what you guys come up with? Because there's always so much, especially women's health and studies. It's just not, I don't know, it's not as prevalent and is
Right.
like, talked about, I guess. So
A couple like big headliners right now is I think they're really close to getting a women's FDA approval for testosterone, so that is huge. There was a big FDA conference, I think back in early August or end of July. It hasn't been that long ago. So that was a big deal, and different clinicians, they've been kind of alluding to that it's really, really close. So that'll be nice. And then the other thing in headliners right now, or that I see on my feed by renowned clinicians, is the estrogen for your face, which is kind of frustrating because I literally have been doing this for months. Not even kidding. So after we went to the functional health conference last year, this is kind of like side tangent. Okay.
I was gonna say per use.
Per use. Okay. Fun fact though. So vaginal estrogen is utilized like in the vaginal tissues. It does not go systemically, so I want to make that clear. Vaginal estrogen is for the vagina only, but it's for the tissues. And so it helps to preserve tissue health. It helps with lubrication. As you get older, you get some dryness. So anyway, all these really great things for vaginal health. And so last year, I think I had heard where some lady was like talking about, how to insert it and how high up in the vaginal canal you really needed to go, because I was trying to see like, I always like to look at like science and, what is the recommendation. And anyway, for those of you wondering, it's the bottom third of your vagina. So don't feel like you have to like shove it way up, because it gives you with the cream like this insert where like you like put it in, and it's kind of like a tampon looking thing. So anyway, plunger, that's what I was thinking of. Like, and I hated
that sounds so much worse than tampon-like thing. Let's go with
plunger.
tampon.
So
I mean, like
here's
a
the
turkey
issue.
baster?
It's like
Well,
kind of.
know.
So I'm like, okay. For number one, my one concern is this is A, messy. B, it's kind of uncomfortable, like plunging it all the way up in there. And then C, I was like, okay, for cleanliness, how can I really clean this plunger really good every time? And so anyway, I was trying to dig into like for some scientific like data on, okay, how far do I need to? Anyway, I found the bottom third. But then this gal, she said, and then I'll put it in the bottom third, just use your finger, swab it around the tissue. She made it more entertaining to listen to than I am. But she said she would also take the excess and put some under her eyes. And so I was like,
Hang on, wait. After.
I know what you're thinking.
Okay, so after she did like the walls of your vagina, she would take the excess from her fingers
and put it under her eyes, yes.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify.
So
Okay.
in my mind, I'm like, A, that's weird. But B, duh, ding, 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 light bulb idea. Of course you would, because if it's good for your vaginal tissues, why would it not be great for your face? And so,
I would not have made that connection.
right.
No.
I did. So what I started doing is I mixed my vaginal estrogen unused, mind you, unused, fresh out of the tube. I would mix it with hyaluronic acid, and then I was mixing it with GHKCU, which is a peptide that is for like collagen, your hair, your face, tissues, etc.
Okay.
So I made this concoction, and I would use it at night, and I thought I was the smartest person ever. And lo and behold, that is like the big buzz now of using
You
vaginal
could have became a
estrogen.
millionaire, Ashley. What are you doing?
We talked about trying to figure out some way to take this concoction and put it in a bottle, but you have to just be really careful with because obviously there would be no FDA approval. So you have to be really careful with like creating these and then selling
Marketing,
it, like
yeah.
in marketing. Like we could give it away and we could say, hey, use this, which I did for a couple people. But so now with this buzz coming up, instead of vaginal estrogen, which is estradiol, They're using estriol, which is just another estrogen. It's just a little bit easier to apply. So anyway,
Interesting.
So anyway-
what is it like? What is the benefits though of doing that? Like under your eyes and stuff like that. I know your
it's for
face.
tissue. So as you age, your body, your face produces hyaluronic acid, which helps to preserve moisture. So if you have moisture locked in your face, you're going to have a more the cells
Like
are
dewy,
fuller.
glowy. Okay.
Right. And so estrogen helps to maintain your own hyaluronic acid. So as you're losing estrogen, you're also losing hyaluronic acid. And a lot of your face creams, and right now they have hyaluronic acid. So that's
Okay.
why I was mixing it with hyaluronic acid. Like I had all the things and the GHKCU, it's like a little blue powder. So, but anyway,
Interesting.
I don't know how I got on that tangent. I think when I was talking about headliner stuff
Yes.
right now.
Yeah.
But anyway,
What you're working on?
oh yeah. Okay, so Nelson, what's been up?
Mm.
Nelson's under the weather.
Yeah, it's great. We won't go into that. Nothing really. Same shit, different day. Chris just got done competing, which I'm very unhappy with, but
Uh-oh.
But he did.
What hap-
He
wait,
did.
what
He
happened?
did really well. It's just one of those like.
Well, I haven't heard the
right
deets.
there,
I haven't heard the
close.
deets yet. Okay, so
I'll show you the deets.
okay,
Even though
so
listeners
walk
can't see.
through. Where was the show? What division?
Pittsburgh. The one I'm most upset about is men's physique.
How did he feel going into it?
He felt great. That's who beat him.
What?
Uh-huh.
For everyone that can't see, because we don't have video yet, Duncan made the same face that I think everyone's made.
Yeah.
Okay, so so I am looking at Chris versus this other guy. Honestly, the first thing that pops in my mind is the wow factor. And for those of you who don't compete or don't know much about competing, sometimes you need the wow factor. Like you could have everything else, but some people just have the wow factor and some people don't. Chris does. So that was the first thing. I see his hair, his smile. He looks like a freaking Ken Barbie, jacked Ken Barbie. He looks great.
He's G.I.
Chef's
Joe.
kiss.
He's G.I.
Yeah.
Joe meets Ken.
There you go.
Yeah, he looks great, by the way. His tan is amazing. His shorts fit him appropriately. But his, lat width, not only from the front, but the back, his abs, he has, a perfect V-taper. His delts are full. His chest is full. His abdomen is like a washboard.
He doesn't look overly sunk. Like his face doesn't look overly sunken
No.
either. I didn't feel like it looked. He had a very healthy look.
His posing's better.
Mm-hmm.
And from the back, the only difference, so his back, you see all the individual muscles, the back width. I think on the other guy,
The
the
erectors.
muscles around the spine are too pronounced and they overpower the entire rest of the back.
Yes.
It just doesn't
I
look
honestly
right.
think that's why he won.
It-
was
they
because
look fuller.
His erectors were just insane.
They
That,
look-
and I say he's got just maybe half an inch smaller taper. The other guy's waist.
Smaller
But that's
taper,
it. That's the
and
only
his
thing.
posterior delts pop a little more, but I think that's the glaze catching the light.
Yeah.
Because Chris still has the fullness, but the other guys, the way the light catches it, it makes them shine. Wow.
He should
Yeah.
have got pro.
Yeah.
So was Chris second?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
And that guy
Guys, you-
won overall in 35 plus.
I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I wish you guys could see this. Wow. Honestly, I think that what draws your eyes to the other guy is his back around
Yeah,
his
just the
spine.
erectors.
The erectors, yeah.
That's it.
But they overpower, and to me, that's not balance.
Big time, yes.
Yeah. And
It's
I
called
didn't.
overall for a reason.
Yeah, and that shouldn't be the deciding factor. Like when Chris checks off every other box. And you know what? Obviously, I'm not a judge, but that's just.
And again,
my
Chris
opinion.
has the wow factor,
Yeah.
the tan, the smile, the hair.
This is
Yeah, you
essentially
have to
like
send
guys
that to me. I want to show Derek.
guys bikini. That is a very overall
yeah.
whole package.
Well,
You want the wow factor, all that stuff.
Yeah, I've always thought of that
in that
as
class for guys.
the male version of bikini
Yeah.
for how competitive it is, because usually the class sizes are also big. And the other thing is, I think why it's appealing to men is because, you know, and
They don't have to work legs.
the legs, yeah, because they're covered. So for those of you who don't know, this division is where the men wear the board shorts. So they don't have to have as
Your
much.
beach look.
Yeah, the beach look, but a jack
Johnny Bravo
beach.
look.
Yeah.
That's what I call it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Was
that's
he just like so like deflated after that?
No, he was just fine. I was the one that
I
was
can
like
imagine that.
enraged. Like,
I can just imagine you in the audience.
oh, I know the look on my face was like, I'm gonna fucking kill somebody.
What was the reaction from other people?
I don't know. I sent it to my mom. She didn't have much to say because she doesn't really know what she's looking at. But
Did you guys show it to any other like
a couple of my
knowledgeable-
expediters.
Yeah.
Courtney, who just got her pro card at the same show that Chris competed in prior to this back in July, because her husband is also a coach, and they couldn't believe it either.
And it's not just us being like biased because like we know Chris. Like Chris,
Absolutely.
like, this
I
is
am not a biased
This is not
person.
a biased like opinion. It's generally very surprising.
And I tell Chris all the time what he needs to work on. He needs to bring up his shoulders, and that's what the.
I thought he looked great. Like
I mean, he
thought
does.
his balance and
But if he wants to be competitive at pro, he needs to bring up his shoulders.
oh yeah, but
Because those boys' shoulders are just
Mounted.
but
Yeah.
in
And the
that
head judge.
situation, I think
Yeah.
he was good.
Yeah, I know.
Dang.
I will always be like infuriated with it.
Do you think he'll go back to that show again, or yeah?
Because he wanted to be done, and I told him, I'm like, don't you fucking give up.
You're literally like a mere couple points away. Like
Yeah.
you're right. You're on the edge. Like you're
Mm-hmm.
there. You just got to find the right show with the right judge and the right people that
Well, that's
show
the only
up.
one that he can
Unfortunately, yeah.
For Masters, because he'll
Yeah.
only compete in Masters. Because Open, there ain't no way he's beating those boys. Ain't
And
no
that's-
flipping way.
Yeah, and I think that is like when I competed in Open, that was something too that it got to the point where it was just unrealistic. And some of you Masters ladies, like, you can go compete in Open. Like, I'm not saying it's not possible. For me, it wasn't realistic. And so for Chris to know his limits and
Do it where it's still enjoyable and you want to
Right,
do it where it's
right.
not. You're not just going and defeated.
Yeah.
right, and like you can check all the boxes, but at the end of the day, too, like genetics play such a big role, and your age, and I've said this before, like all the surgery in the world, all the aesthetic procedures, all the stuff, you're never gonna have. I'll just use myself as an example. I'm never gonna look like the 20-year-olds. I'm just not, and so anyway, one of my my best friend in Kansas City, Laura, you guys know her. Shout out to Laura. If she listens, she better listen.
Probably doesn't.
But anyway, I coached her. So we met at a show back in 2020, and we became like instant sisters, miles apart. The weird thing is we also look very alike, which is kind of creepy. So anyway, I coached her for many years, and then she went over to Team Atlas because I was being coached by them at the time. And anyway, what made me think of this is it'd be North Americans that just happened right now, right? So she went to that
That's the one
show.
Chris was at.
Okay. She got second also. And I remember she not split center, she was center in prejudging. And I can remember like her FaceTiming me after and, pretty much being like, oh my gosh, of course, like you won, and then she called me later and she was like, I got second. I'm like, what?
That's such a
What?
gutting
And-
feeling. Like
Oh, I was just devastated for her. But
A lot of.
she took a couple years off and she's going to do fit model now, which suits her. And she's going to be 45. And I know the viewers can't see her, but she
I would not guess
does
her at that,
not even look 45. It's stupid, insane.
no. I feel like
Stupid,
the age is
insane.
it's a double-edged sword. Like you said, there's certain aspects and stuff that you're never going to look like, the early 20s, stuff
Yeah.
like that. But at the same time, if you play it right, you also have like the muscle density and stuff
Right,
like that.
right.
So it's like,
and I like, for that reason, I like
It's-
how they have masters separate.
yeah, it's such a double-edged sword. But
She goes against genetics, though. She like I said, not everybody, this applies to everybody. There are a few people that could compete in open and fit in. She's one of them. Like, she just has a very youthful face. So anyway, that is too bad for Chris. So that was just happened then, right?
Wednesday.
I did not realize you guys were there. I knew you guys did that other show,
We
and I
kept
knew
it
he was.
hush-hush.
I know. I knew he kept looking pretty chiselly.
Yeah, he just doesn't like people asking him how he feels all the flipping time.
I don't blame him. Okay.
There's one person in particular. How we feeling? How we feeling? How the fuck do you think I'm feeling? I'm prepping for a show.
I want to die inside.
And I don't
Well,
like that
and when
shit
you guys
either.
said that you were leaving this, or that you'd be gone this weekend, I started wondering because I was like, I don't think there's any
Where you said you were
Midwest
going,
shows.
where you said you were going, and I was like, oh, he's at another show, because that's where. So my one teammate is out there, and she was posting stuff, and I said, oh, I bet it's that show.
Yeah.
I was trying to creep and
So
watch, but you guys
what's-
weren't posting anything, and I was like, so when you didn't post after the show, I was like, oh, either it's really good or it's really bad. I don't know.
Yeah, we kept
But-
it quiet.
Yeah, afterwards, I was curious to see, but
So what's next? Because there is another.
Oh, he's done for the year.
Okay.
Yeah, he's done.
two's a lot at that level.
Yes.
So there's one in November and December yet.
Oh yeah, he's done for the year for sure. We'll see what next year brings because I'll be competing next year too. So possibly,
Well, good
see.
for him.
we'll see. We gotta work on my body composition before I am 100% in. I got stuff I gotta work on.
Tell us more.
Well, okay. I'll be starting my first anabolics
Okay.
this month,
Okay.
the 14th. So we're gonna wait and see what happens with that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just starting my first anabolic steroids this month. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So I'll be running 2 cycles before I possibly start a cut.
Okay. Cool. What do you feel like you individually need to work on? Like
Everything.
body part, everything.
Seeing those
Everything
girls at
says.
nationals, there's a lot of stuff I gotta work on.
Mm-hmm.
Shoulders, back, legs,
Mm-hmm.
everything.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Shoulders is forever a struggle.
I love shoulders.
I mean, mine aren't bad, but I just feel like mine aren't growing.
That's
I think
See,
I hit
like
my
when I
point.
look at you, I'm like, you look like you're wearing like shoulder pads in
I know,
your
they
sweatshirt.
probably are growing, but I just see myself every day.
Yeah.
it's so
I just-
hard. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna spice things up and see what happens, because I'm not gonna step on that stage and not go pro.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
I'm gonna go hard next year, especially seeing all the competition at just the regional shows.
The
alone.
regional shows this year have been really good.
They're
It's been
showing
really
up.
stacked. Yeah.
Will you do summer or fall? Or undecided yet?
Always summer.
Summer.
Always, yeah. Plan to do Chattanooga again.
That's in June, right?
Yep.
Junior Nats.
Junior Nats. I gotta figure out a regional show because I gotta requalify, but I can't make an executive decision until we come out with the schedule because I gotta work them. So I gotta figure out timing and
Well,
all
and
that
finding
crap.
like a regional show that like times up with, so like it's nice that you already have a national show in mind, because in my head, or like my planning too, like that makes getting like your regional show that you're looking at a little easier, because it's like you kind of know how to time
Yeah.
your regional show around your national show.
I always advise that, like, pick a national show
Mm-hmm.
first,
Yeah.
and then do
Do your
qualifier.
regional. Yeah.
If you feel like you're nationally ready.
Yes,
Because
yes.
we all know those that have qualified and they're not
I
ready
just
to
posted
go to a
something
national
about that.
show. It's just everyone else who showed up also isn't ready. And you just are more or less unready than they are.
Well, then
Yeah.
my philosophy is like, I'm not going to spend all that money just for
It
third,
is.
fourth call outs. Absolutely not.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and I'm going to be first call outs. I don't give
Yeah.
a flying fuck what you think.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. And, you know, for those even like thinking of competing too, you've got to go to a couple shows first as a spectator.
And
you know, see how
yeah.
they're ran, see what's showing up, and just know that, you know, it may not be like national level. But I think it's just crazy when some of these competitors, they go to these shows as competitors and they've never even seen a show.
Just for like anxiety and knowing
Oh
how
my
it's
gosh,
done
like-
reasons, like know what to expect a little bit.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
and go to the damn athlete meeting and
Yeah.
listen.
Yeah.
Even if you're not going to retain, you know, some of it,
Mhm.
maybe you'll retain like.
Well,
a
the way
few
I look
bits.
at
Coming
it
from
too,
an
like-
expediter, retain it.
Retain it. Well, and you know, on the pro level, like we had the pro meetings too, and as a pro, you would never think of not going to the pro meeting.
Yeah.
And if I'm trying
Even
to
if
think,
you've
like,
done a bunch of shows.
right, and if you, because I do know that there were some girls. Or athletes in general, that maybe their flights were in late. They must have communicated that, because when they would call out their name, because you'd always go up and get your button number, and they'd take your picture and kind of give you this like.
Now, are you
know,
talking about
ramp up.
during check-ins?
Yeah, during check-ins.
Okay,
but then
that's
they
what
also
we do too for our pros.
but they also paired that in the meeting, and if somebody was absent, you always heard other people say, "Oh, she's not going to be here. So and so, give her badge." So it's like they communicated.
Yeah.
So like for NPC, like why I just don't understand why you would not plan on going to your meeting unless travel issues, etc.
Because those are the ones that have
Know-it-alls.
done a couple shows prior. Oh, I know how this is ran.
Sure.
And then I get bombarded with 10 million questions in the back.
See, even for us, like we all, like racing and stuff, like we always go to the rider meeting, and they say, even if the same track, they say the same thing for every rider meeting, but like
It
you
could
still
be
go
different.
because they
It
could
could,
change
right.
something, or like they could have, you know, a technical issue or something like that, or like they might have something on
delay.
plan, come up. So like it's always nice just to go, because there might be something you don't know. It's just
Go and
Just
be
go.
in the know.
And they would
Yeah.
even tell us things like what side of the stage we were coming on, which that doesn't sound like a big deal, but if you
It
should
is.
always
That's a big deal.
practice.
Yes, it really is. If you practice coming in on one side
Yeah.
all the time, because
Which
9
you
times
should
out of
practice
10,
on both.
yes,
but,
you should, just to be aware and ready.
But then you can really refine that
Yes.
practicing.
and then all of a sudden they come in from the other side. You're like,
Like, what?
uh-oh.
your brain scrambles, which it does on the stage anyway.
Yeah.
So what's everyone's like meals look like right now?
Same
You know,
thing.
macros, meals.
200 protein, 200 carbs. Fats are just low.
So you're macro counting. You
Oh.
you do macro too, right? Or do you do meal plan?
I do meal plan, but I know how
But you
to.
know the
I
macros,
have
yeah.
my coach gives me my meals, and then I know what the macros are for that meal. So if right now, because I have more freedom because it is improvement season, I know how to kind of work around that. Say if we're at a restaurant, or if we're going out, or if I like racing, if I can't get a meal in or something like that, I kind of know how to work around that. Which on race days, I actually massively overeat because I don't think people realize how, oh my god, hard it is to race a dirt bike. Like,
Well, even if you're just riding, like
It's-
I've ridden my entire life,
it's
taxing
hard.
on your body.
well, no, you don't. People don't understand is like your body is at its max heart rate, if not higher than what it should be, for the entire time.
Just from like adrenaline.
Just because it's that hard. Like, so
Oh.
imagine like how like cross country runners and sprinters and stuff like that, like how they're always their heart rate's up. You know, it's like that the whole time. It's essentially you're running a sprint marathon for that 6 to 8 minutes that you're out on the track. Like it is
Interesting.
insane. And I'm not just saying it's because I do motocross, but it is, in my opinion, one of, if not the hardest sport, because your body is literally at its max the entire time you're riding. Like there's no.
I'd have to say bodybuilding is, but
I mean, as far as like from like an athletic point,
yeah.
like performance wise, I guess I should say.
I'd say rugby actually.
But you're not running at the entire, like, so like the pro motocross guys, if it's supercross or outdoor, their motos are timed 20 or 30 minutes. So imagine sprinting, like literally sprinting for 30 minutes. Like there is no let off the gas. Like you're sprinting for that full 30 minutes. It's insane. I do not have that stamina. I gas out pretty hard towards the end of like my third or fourth moto. I'm like, I'm dying. But that's why a lot of like, you look at the motocross quad guys, stuff like that, like a lot of them
For
are
3 hours.
yeah, they're smaller, skinnier guys because they run and they do high endurance stuff because your heart's at 190. Anyway,
Similar to like a body structure of a long distance runner versus a sprinter. Very
Combined.
different
Yes.
body types.
anyway, so you burn through a lot of calories riding dirt bike.
Interesting.
So I eat probably more. I eat a lot on moto days, but anyway, I'm on meal plans. Yes.
I'm not doing much.
I was gonna say, what are you doing?
Guys, I have like no
Yeah, but
schedule right now.
You
like,
stay lean as
I know, but
shit year round.
I'm not strong. I'm small.
I'm small.
I just I am struggling with structure. I
Why is
need
that?
to. I don't
Do
know.
I need to come back and kick you in the ass?
Maybe I think my mind is like so focused on everything else, and it's like I know what I have to do. It's been at the bottom of my. I am still getting training sessions in, so at least 3 to 4 a week, which I know does not sound like much, but I'm at least getting that in. But yeah, I need to get back to a routine. I do better when I have coaching. I just do. Like, even though I'm
It's
fully
accountability.
capable of coaching myself, it's like I want the thought taken out of. I just want someone to like tell me what to eat, how much to eat, what to train, how often, and I will execute. But yeah, it's different when you're doing your own. So anyway, so
That's why I think we've talked about this in a previous podcast, but that's why I like the meal plan, because for that aspect, because you're getting told what to eat, you know, but having that macro background to understand how to sub stuff in and out. And I think that's what a lot of people struggle with, or why a lot of people feel like meal plans are very restrictive, because they feel like they can only eat what's on their plan without understanding how to have the flexibility and freedom with that. And I think that's why, like, again, macros sound very overwhelming to people. And it's literally all they are is your fats, proteins, carbs. Like, that's all our macros are.
So for those of you, like, if you didn't understand, you know, as Sadie said, fats, carbs, proteins. So those are your macronutrients. Your micronutrients, you know, those are all like your vitamins and your nutrients. And but when somebody, like on your food labels, for example, if you're trying to find out where the calories are coming from, they're coming from your macronutrients. So this is why if you ever hear someone say, well, a calorie is a calorie, yes, it's a unit of measuring energy. But where that energy is coming from can be so different. And I've always told clients before, like, you could eat 2,000 calories worth of gummy bears and you could eat 2,000 calories worth of whole foods. And I guarantee the person who's eating whole foods is going to see different results.
I think I'd puke if I ate 2,000.
Right. And I know that's like a very dramatic statement, but it just is like...
That sounds like a challenge.
But like, you know, very
day.
dramatic statement. However, you know, that's why it's just irritating sometimes when someone's like, it doesn't matter, a calorie is a calorie. And somebody would take that previous statement that I said with the gummy bears and be like, well, that's ridiculous. Well, yeah.
But still being Snickers or Doritos or McDonald's or different fast food, that's... There you go. That's a less dramatic.
Right.
And that's not hard to do. 2,000 calories worth of chips. Do that through the previews.
I was gonna say that's easy.
Yeah.
So
a couple donuts
So like your protein gram, 1 protein gram is going to equal 4 calories. 1 carbohydrate gram is equal to 4 calories. 1 fat gram is equivalent to 9 calories. So if you are ever looking at a label, if the label is actually accurate, you should be able to take your carbs times 4, your protein times 4, your fat times 9, add this together. That should be your accurate calorie count. Without getting into detail, what some labels are doing, and that the FDA is approving it, is they're taking net carbs, which is just taking away carbs minus fiber minus sugar alcohols, and then they're coming up with this net carb. I'm not going to get all the way into that because it's going to be confusing, but if you ever do the calorie and they add up and they don't add up, chances are it's because that label is messing with the carbs.
Also, processed foods labels are allowed, I can't remember what
10%,
percent,
Yes.
which is a lot if you are doing nothing but processed and labeled foods at 10%, especially if you're in prep or you're a bodybuilder or whatever the case may be. Like, that 10%, that's a lot.
Right.
You know,
So-
where they can be up or down.
Up or down, yeah. So the label, what she's saying is that the label can actually be off 10% plus or minus. So, you know, and processed foods anyway, you know, that's like a whole nother podcast. But yeah, so I think if you have the base there, typically like with clients, when I start somebody, first of all, I have them just start to track their own macros. The problem with when you have a macro calculator is, you know, you put in all your metrics, you put in your male, female, your height, your weight, all of that, your activity level. It'll give you recommendations. Never, ever, ever go off of those because
Right.
it does not know what you have been doing. So, quick example, maybe like a 300-pound female, you know, she may put in, maybe she's only eating like 1,200 calories. Maybe she truly is not eating much.
Which we need to bring your calories up before we can even
Right. But I guess what I'm
attempt.
saying is that if she puts in her metrics into a calculator, it's going to tell her maybe she needs to eat. I'm just throwing out numbers here. Let's say 3,000. If she were to eat 3,000 calories but has only been consuming 1,200, she would actually put on weight.
Badly.
So what I typically do with a client first is have them track their macros, and I do the calculations, see where their caloric intake is, see where their macros are, and then I just rearrange their macros to make sure they're hitting their protein targets. And then what's left of their calories, I will kind of shuffle into carbs and fats. I keep them at their same caloric level with just rearrange so that energy's coming from a different source. Then I try to work on, let's not worry about the scale. Let's keep their strength increasing, their clothes staying fitting better, if not looser, and then just kind of keep writing that with the goal of keep adding macros, keep adding with their scale weight staying the same. And sometimes people don't, they're confused by that because they're like, wait a minute, I want to be losing weight, but they don't understand the body comp. If you cut your calories right away, you're using up your tools for fat loss, and most people need to eat more so that their body can
Well, that's why I
start
think
to
people
recomp.
get stuck on that, like, that hamster wheel. Is like, you can only cut so many calories. You can only add so much cardio, and that tends to be what women do, is cut calories, add cardio. You want to lose weight, cut calories, add cardio. I hit a roadblock, cut calories, add cardio. Where it's, you know, like you were just saying, if we stop that and you slowly start integrating healthier foods, you start adding rather than taking away, you start recomping your body. Now when we get to a certain point, now we can get you up to that, you know, 1,800, 2,000 calories. Okay, now we can add cardio and see what happens, you know, or we can cut some calories down. Me personally, I would rather do 10 extra minutes of cardio and keep my calories the same. My macros the same, you know, but that's just me. You know, some people don't want to do that, but I think you'll have better results keeping your food up. Because also, then think about on the flip side, that's going to allow you more freedom. So say you want to have a weekend with the girls and you've been on meal plan and you've been doing all this and you've been eating 2,000 plus calories on your plan. Now if you go out and you have an on-track meal, or you go out and you have a few drinks or whatever, it's not going to be so massively detrimental as if you were having 1,200 calories and now you have a 2,000 calorie night, you know. That's going to be way worse than the other side.
Well, it kind of circles back to when we were talking about like the semaglutide, Ozempic, GLPs, we'll just say that in general. You know, I think people's first go-to when they need to, quote, lose weight is they just instantly cut their calories and cut their cardio, and they don't realize that their body eventually will adapt, and you keep having to elicit more to get the same response. And so if they're already, you know, maybe their baseline is 30 minutes of cardio a day, and it is a lot, but I know people do it. They're like, well, I don't understand. Like, I do 30 minutes a day, and it's like, right, but that's your baseline. Don't stop doing your 30 minutes, or you're actually gonna put on weight. But or they already say like, I'm already not eating much. I only have this, and this. Like how, and they don't realize that you've got to put on muscle. Like our society is so under muscled.
And muscle burns calories.
It does. It's like a savings account that keeps working for you. It's like the interest that keeps working for you in the long run. Whereas like your cardio, that's just like what you have now to spend. And, you know, really trying to change people's perception on strength training and getting them off the obsession with the scale weight, which we've talked about in other pods, but it just drives me crazy. One thing I started utilizing with a client, obviously I won't say her name, but this client's been on a GLP for about a year, and we got, the dose was up to a pretty high dose, and, you know, just was really starting to kind of like plateau out. And this was her choice. Like, I don't prescribe these. I don't prescribe them. Like, this person was already on them. So I have to work around what they're already on. And it just got to the point where I was like, okay, listen, you've got to get in the weight room. Like, let's taper back. And why don't, you know, eat some more. And anyway, long story short, she got in the weight room. She's getting stronger. She's really hitting her protein goals. But the other thing that we incorporated in was daily journaling. And so I have her put the first 3 things that she's grateful for, and they can't be the same. So every day she has to think of something different.
That's stupid.
No, I'm telling you, that really helps you to identify the littlest things that you take for granted. Yes, we're thankful for our family and our house and our car, but like after you have used up all of those, you start really having to dig deep about, okay, what am I grateful? Like, wow, I am grateful that I had this really fuzzy blanket this morning because it's my favorite, and I can't imagine if I was cuddled up on the ground without this blanket. You know, like
I
little
mean, you
things.
can't go wrong with a good blanket.
Right. The
Some
second,
nice fuzzy sex.
the second
season.
thing, second thing I have her journal about every day is 3 personal wins. And that, because this person was really getting discouraged because the scale wasn't changing. But when I asked things about how are your clothes, how is your strength, this person was also able to go up a couple flight of stairs to her office/workplace room. And she's like, I'm not short of breath anymore. So I'm like, okay, that's a win.
I
That's
can't
a
even say that right
non-scale
now.
victory.
I'm so large. I go upstairs and I'm like,
You know, just like really pumping yourself up about and identifying like things that are successes that don't have to do with the scale. And then the last part is just anything else that you need to get off your chest or just, you know, vomit onto your paper, good or bad. So this has been really helpful and just really helps more of that behavioral aspect.
Yeah. And even if like you don't have the time to sit down and write all that stuff out, even taking 2 minutes to run through it in your head in the morning, like while you're brushing your teeth, you know, whatever it might be, that's, you know, it can really change. Like having a more positive mind space really changes your whole outlook.
And you don't have to have a notebook. I mean, there, you know, it can be in your head or even the note section. But I think just getting into a routine of, you know, just really changing. Personally, lately, I feel like I have been working on trying to replace the negative thoughts with positive. So, for example, like I told you guys earlier, I won't like get into it on the pod, but like school has been really stressful. And on days, every day, when I think of like, oh my gosh, I feel overwhelmed. Oh my gosh, I'm questioning my decision. I'm not going to make it, you know, this like really negative, I reframe it. And so far that has looked like, okay, number 1, I'm grateful I don't have small children because I can't imagine doing this with small children. Number 2, I'm grateful that I don't have to have a position of work where I am showing up 40 plus hours a week in order to pay the bills, because some people have to do that. And so I'm grateful for that. And the third thing I just keep reminding myself is, you know, I'm healthy. Like, I'm healthy. I have the opportunity to go back to school. I have the opportunity financially, physically, intellectually. So,
yeah. All those things.
Yeah.
My brain just blanked. Fantastic.
I mean, okay, well, let's circling in. What are some self-care stuff that you guys do?
I mean, I would say like when I do my weekly check-ins with my coach, that's something that she also does too, is we have to have like 3 positives as well as 3 things that we're proud of ourselves, and they can't be related to like kids or feeling like they have to be like personal. I like that, but I've been also trying to find time to like read just because it's quiet and it's a time where I'm not stimulated by noise or something like that, and you can just go escape to a different world for a little bit and nothing else matters. So that helps me really clear my mind, just because my mind is going 24/7. Like, all of us are so busy with different stuff that sometimes it's nice to just breathe for a little bit.
I thought of you. A gal was telling me about a book series.
Is it smutty?
She said yes, but it wasn't the one you were talking about, because I asked if it had a priest in it. She said no. She said it was very, like, had like fairies, and she said it was a genre that she would never thought that she would have enjoyed, but absolutely loved it.
Books.
And so I'll have to tell you, I'll have to ask her.
I just read
Smutty fairy books, huh?
Biscuits. This one was like like vampires and demons and witches, but it was like old timey. It was really good. I don't remember what it was called.
See, I read the Twilight series back 15 years
Oh,
ago.
Please.
What, you guys didn't like those? What? Okay, so
Duncan-
Vampires don't glisten in the sun.
they
Duncan-
don't.
No.
I feel like we would break you with some of our books, and I just don't want that for you.
You guys, I really like Twilight. I remember.
Leave her innocence alone, Sadie.
I love that you love Twilight. That's what I love for you.
Okay, what I was getting at is, at the time when somebody told me about the series and explained vampires and werewolves, I was like, there is no way I'm gonna like that stuff, and I loved it. So when this other guy was telling me about smutty fairy books, I was like, okay, I could read a smutty fairy book.
Some of the smutty fairy books are like,
Guys, what's wrong with Twilight?
Sir.
They're
Nothing.
terrible.
It's okay. I've never read the books.
I was gonna say,
so
I guess I've never read
that's
the
not
books.
fair. That's not
Wait.
fair.
The
I've never read the
movies
books.
are
The
terrible.
movies are
Okay.
a little rough.
The movies. Okay,
Ashley.
no, you guys,
The movies are a little
you have to read the book, because after reading the books, watching the movie was such a letdown, especially the first one, where I was like, what did I just watch? This was so dry and like forced, and they left
Horrible
out so
acting.
much bad acting.
Yeah.
So I
great.
never
So
want to
that's-
hear your Twilight comments
Okay,
again
okay.
They need to
unless
put
you
that
read
in-
the book.
They need to put it in the comedy
I will
Read the
give
section.
book.
you the book. I will give you. I have a lot of. I can't say it's gonna be high on my list. Maybe at some point in my life I will get there, but
Okay.
At least you're giving it credit. I am not.
I will.
Oh, the books were good. Okay, anyway.
Yes, I can't even. It's gonna bother me now that I can't remember the one that I just finished, because it was really good.
The priest one?
No, those are bad. Those have been done.
Okay.
But yeah, I did read the Priest series. That was all right. Okay, all right. It's a little spicy. It's very spicy. Duncan, that one might break you. Please don't start with that one.
Okay, I think the Blood and Ash series would break her.
Priest is.
What do you
way
guys
past
think I
that.
read? The
But
Babysitter's Club?
Duncan.
Girl, your innocence are
Yeah,
just,
I
you're so
understand.
innocent and so sweet.
My cheeks blush just thinking about you reading some of the parts. I'm like, I don't know.
The Den of Vipers.
You. We'll work into that one.
Okay.
That one's-
Maybe you guys need to develop me a reading care plan.
I mean,
You
hey, I got
guys
them
are like-
all on my shelf right now.
Den of Vipers would be like level 12.
Can I listen to these books?
You sure can, but
I think that would be weird to listen to somebody.
okay. So I have a couple friends that swear by the audiobooks, and the
That's
audiobooks
how I
are
usually
fun
do audios.
for those type of books, because the different characters have the different voices. So they said it's like makes it way more intense. For me though, like I like listening to podcasts, but when I read, I like reading because it's quiet and I can make my own voices in my own world in my own different like tones and
in your own way.
yes.
You can really be imaginative.
Yes,
With it.
then that's why I like reading, but I definitely can understand the allure of the audiobooks, especially for the spicy books. Like I said, like they give the characters, and when you're reading it, they'll have almost like the movie talk over banter. Like the Lights Out and Caught Up. Those are two of a three-part series. those are really, really good. Like, that would be a good one for you to start with, because it's really funny. It has awesome, like, character banter back and forth. Like, it's...
So I do all audiobooks
You
because
would
I
like
can
Lights
multitask.
Out. You would like Lights Out for the audiobook a lot. I didn't like Caught Up as much. That's the second one in that series. I didn't like it as much. But Lights Out, like, it was really funny. Like, there was parts I was laughing out loud in it. And that one's pretty spicy, too.
Nelson, you should do audiobooks. Man, in my house, like almost all the time, I've got my earbuds in so I can listen. I'm telling you, it makes folding laundry so much better.
See, that's what I'm listening to podcasts.
Dishes. Well, I
Yeah.
do that
Like
too.
I should listen to our audiobooks
Yes.
or
Listen.
Oh. I
'Cause
thought you were
then,
saying I should like do audiobooks. I'm like, you are literally not the first I've heard. Like everybody's like, oh, you should be on the news, like be a newscaster, blah blah blah. You have such a great voice. I'm like, I sound like a man.
No, but it makes
You
me
could
look
do
forward
You could
to.
do the male part.
I mean, I definitely could. It's like when I hear myself like on a recording or like even on a
I think
podcast.
everyone's like that, though. They hate their voice when they hear it.
Gosh,
I sound so different on recording.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like right now I sound more
well,
feminine.
because you hear yourself.
Yes, but then on recording, I'm like, who the fuck is that?
Back in the day, like years and years ago, we used to have to do taped report between nursing shifts. So you on this like little cassette
I know,
player
yeah.
used to have to like record and like give your patient report. And then when all of the staff was there for like the beginning of shift, they would go through and play the previous shift. And I remember just cringing if I had to like be in there when my part, which normally you weren't, but there was a couple of different situations we
Yeah.
had to. Yeah, and just listening, it was like, oh my gosh, thank goodness we don't do that anymore.
Well,
But
I read, well, and I talk really fast too, but like that's what I get frustrated too. When some people are like talking through stuff, I'm like, I could be done with this page right now. What are we doing? What are we doing?
you know what I've been utilizing in my textbook? It's called Speechify. So you can take pictures or upload files, and then you can attach it to whatever voice you want, the speed, the mood. So
Spicy Australian.
yeah, mine is
Australian? Not
Gwyneth
Scottish?
Paltrow.
Oh man, give me the Scottish.
So to read my text to me from a textbook, Gwyneth Paltrow voice has been the best. And you can set your tempo, the speed. It's actually pretty incredible. It has made like reading through textbooks so much.
Interesting.
See, I can't do the audio stuff.
You
My-
might look forward to your
My
cardio.
attention span goes one way or I
I'm
like to
telling ya.
read.
Try
See,
it.
when you do like you read and stuff when you walk too though, like
Oh, on the like
the treadmill stuff?
Treadmill.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
see
I
that's
like,
when that's
I
when
like
I'll
my
get, like, some of
physical
my-
books.
See, I
like
go
to
outside a
read.
lot to walk.
Yeah.
And so that's where I like the audios because then I like look forward to walking because I'm going to be listening.
You need to do Lights Out. That needs to be your next audiobook, and I
Lights
think
Out.
that will be a good intro into the spice world for you.
Okay, the only Lights Out that I know is the scary movie that Christopher
No.
refuses to watch.
No, this
and we
one is
haven't
like
had
a
a movie.
Scary.
It's funny because like it's like a stalker TikTok one. So like that's where like the mask talk comes from. So like the one guy, you would like Lights Out a lot too. So he's got like this like alter ego, and he like posts like these like thirst trap mask videos of himself, and he's like your standard typical super hot tatted muscles just badass dude, but he's also kind of like shy and like nerdy. Anyway, he ends up finding this chick and he's like not low-key, he is stalking her, but she's also coincidentally stalking him on his TikTok, on his thirst trap. She doesn't realize it's him.
Yeah.
And she knows him in real life and doesn't realize that it's him because he always has like sweatshirts and covers up and stuff. Anyway, it's hilarious, like going through like some of his banter and stuff. And Nelson, you're like, because there's like a cat. She's got a cat that's like,
You calling me a
He's
crazy
funny.
cat lady?
well, look.
Yes,
There's-
is the only correct answer.
Who's the author? In case listeners wanted to.
Oh, I'm gonna not
You're
throw
asking
shade,
Sadie
but I'm gonna.
this.
Yeah, I don't know the author. I'll look it up. I'm gonna guess 90% of people listening probably have heard the Lights Out. Lights Out 4.
How come I haven't?
I haven't.
Well, you guys need to be
Okay.
in the Spice World. It's by.
Okay, so out of the three of us, 66.6% had not heard of.
First of all, it's by
1 in 3.
Navessa Allen.
Okay. Lights Out.
She's really good. She's a fun author. I've read a couple of her other books too.
Okay, listeners, read or listen and then message us to see what your
Or
review was.
Or if you've already listened to it.
yeah,
or
and give
have
us your
other-
spicy rating, 0 to 10.
Yeah.
10
or
being the spiciest.
10 would be like Den of Vipers, Haunting Adeline, which is if you've read those books.
I have all of them.
Sweet mother. Have you read the Haunting ones yet?
No, not yet. I was really looking forward to
Nelson,
reading.
don't start with Haunting Adeline.
No, I'm reading a 8-book series right now, Blossom in Winter, and I've been dying to read them.
Yeah.
Guys, I like read and watch like the summer.
I'm gonna say it's
pretty.
a 9. I'm gonna say it's a 9.
So, yeah. Okay,
The first book isn't like all that crazy because it's leading up to the craziness, but book 2.
See, I feel
Woof.
like that's how like the Blood and Ash series are. Is it's a very slow burn to start. You might like that one though because it's a different vibe of vampires, that and werewolves that I've never like read, never seen
Yeah,
in
it
movies.
is
Like,
different. It's really
it was
good
a
though.
whole new, like perspective or like creation of them that I really really enjoyed. Like it was really good.
I like them. I have yet to finish
it's
them
kind
because
of
I
like-
got kind of bored of them, but
Yeah, then they're
it kind of got a little
slow
repetitive.
burn. Yes, and they're a little bit repetitive. But in the grand scheme, like they were an entertaining read,
Mm-hmm.
but they weren't one I couldn't read the whole series through. I had to stop and then read a couple books in between.
Why?
It's just
Was
it's
it
kind
a
of like that
7-book
slow-
series now?
Yeah, it's just
Change of pace.
yeah, I need something different for a little bit. And like you said, like there were some parts that were a little repetitive or like slow that I feel like they could have gone through a little faster. But overall, like really, really good. And it's spice, but like lower level spice.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like your Den of Vipers or Haunting Adeline that have a literal like.
I think we
Trigger
should just have her
warning.
dive right into it.
So
I
Haunting
remember-
Adeline was the first one I ever read, and I started then the first couple books, and first chapter I was like,
Okay,
oh
is
my.
it similar to like 50 Shades of Grey? That's like the spiciest thing I've ever read.
Oh,
Oh,
that's shocking.
oh, you cute little thing, you.
I feel like we're like making fun of Duncan, but okay, I was also like that before I read the Haunting Adeline, where I was like, oh, like I read 50 Shades. I think that was like like all the rage
craze
and the craze and
the
stuff like that.
beginning of the super smut.
Some of them I read through and I said, that's new. I didn't know that was possible.
Am I into this?
Yeah, you read
Am
some
I?
of them and you're like, do I like that? No.
I think I do.
Do I?
No, I can't. Yes, I do.
Okay.
I should give you my book.
Haunting Adeline is a harder. It's a main book 2 series, and then it has 2 spin-offs.
Mm-hmm.
Satan's Affair from page 1. That's one of like their spin-off ones. I recommend reading that one third.
Just write it all down for me.
Oh my!
I'll just give you the Den of Vipers. Just dive right fucking in.
So, okay, so I like.
I like that. I'll have to do a follow-up pod.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one a lot, but same thing. Towards the end, I was like, okay, we get it. Like,
Same
y'all are
shit.
screwing. You're like, let's.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't like the way it ended because I felt like it just ended at a very like the last fourth of the book. I feel like didn't need to be there. They could have condensed
Cut it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember my mom used to always read smut books. Sorry, Mom, because I know she listens to this. But
So
I
like
am
my grandma,
sure
like the old like Western ones. I'm like, Grandma.
I know.
They'd be like
I
these
feel like
thick
they weren't
books.
that smutty.
They
though.
couldn't have been. They were like these thick books, and on the front there was always a lady in like this very like flowy dress, with
Risque.
her like
Oh,
hand up over the man, and he had like his shirt off and
Yeah.
tight jeans,
Mm-hmm.
and she read those all the time. And I never opened one up, but I'm gonna guess that they were very PG.
So like
the time.
the haunting one I like because it had like I don't want to say a law enforcement side of it, but like he tracks down human trafficking rings. So it's a very very dark book, like very dark. It's one of those ones where like, if you had past issues and stuff like that, like there could be certain scenes in it you're like that I
Like triggering.
not down for that.
Trigger warning! Trigger warning! No, we have
yeah.
to say that. Like,
Yeah.
Fuck 'em.
But yeah, it was good. It was very
Okay.
spice. There's
Okay.
another
you guys read a lot of these.
There's another couple ones. Yeah.
You,
feel
you
like I'm
just saw
missing
my
out.
wall.
Yeah.
I will I'll just send you a picture of my like smut shelf at home of all my books.
I suppose there was an app. Gosh, I can't remember what the app was called. I heard it on a podcast one time. Essentially, it was kind of like audio smut books. Like, and it was geared mainly toward women.
You know, I couldn't imagine myself like being the audio person.
Reading
And
those?
then she moaned.
That's
like, what?
And then he inserted the blank in my blank, and I blanked. Like, I couldn't do it.
See, you can't even say
No.
it. You're so innocent.
Like you're saying that, and like 3 different objects from the last 2 books I read popped into my mind.
Same. I was like,
oh. Yeah. Anyway, wow, that was not at all where we wanted this podcast to go.
Okay, so you do
But
books
it
for
did.
self-care.
You do books for
oh yeah, that is how we got on that subject, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Spicy
Oh.
books.
Spicy books. And real quick, what do you do for self-care? To circle and wrap ourselves up.
I don't
Also spicy books.
really-
Come on, what do you do for self-care? You gotta do something.
You do a lot
There's
of like
no
self
way.
spa days.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah.
suppose. I use Metacube.
What's
That's
that?
been really good.
Medicube,
a-
what's that?
Skincare type thing.
Okay.
Korean skincare.
Oh, yeah, you did talk
Yeah.
about that a couple times ago.
It's been going really good. I have been breaking out because of hormones and stress
think
with
it's
I
Skin
know,
all that
mine
shit.
is too, like that classic like hormone freaking breakout line.
Mm-hmm.
Your
But-
hair,
Huh?
I said your hair looks so nice and thick.
It looks like crap right
Mine's
now,
like
but
so
it's those
stringy.
collagen peptides that I've been taking from Rule 1. I've noticed that it's just growing insanely fast. And my nails, they're like
My
thick.
nails grow fast, but man, not my hair.
Maybe you should try some of our collagen.
I should.
It's
Is it tab or is it powder?
powder.
Powder.
Flavorless, so you can just put it in with
Sweet.
your protein.
Do you have it at the gym?
Mhm.
Okay, maybe I'll buy some.
Yeah. I've noticed, and I'm not trying to like make a sale or anything, but I
But-
have noticed.
So Laura, ironically, she was using that for a while, and she said that same thing.
Mhm.
And I actually meant to order some a long time ago. This was like back last spring.
Yeah, we just got the stuff in like a couple months ago or whatever.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's really good. But otherwise, I just do skincare stuff before I go to bed. That's kind of about it because I don't
Any-
have any other time to do anything.
Do you guys watch movies or TV, Netflix, or anything?
It's spooky season, of course.
I know. I thought of you. Oh, so okay, real quick. We were in California a week ago, last weekend. I don't remember California. Blah, blah. But anyway, we were there to watch the Cubs. It was the last Cubs game that we were going to be able to see, and so we went to Disney for the day, and because hubby really likes to go to Star Wars Land, but
love them.
anywho,
Weird. I mean, I'd totally go.
oh my gosh, I forgot. What were you talking about that made me talk about this?
Collagen, skincare.
I don't remember.
I found that book though. Side note.
I
Duncan tries
really
to
don't know why.
bring her mind
You
back.
said something that made me think of that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Go on.
It's Phantasma.
Phantasma.
It's a 3-book series. Anyway, really good.
Okay.
It's old timey. With some like demons. She sleeps with a ghost. So there's that.
Oh, kind of like scary movie too.
Or I should say he's a phantom, not a ghost.
Like the Phantom Menace.
But he's like. a
Ashley didn't catch
handsome
on to
old-timey
that.
Phantom of the Opera? Oh, Star Wars. I get it. I get it. I'm like, what?
Oh shoot. Okay. Anyway, or Butcher and Blackbird. That trilogy you would like a lot. Lights Out and Butcher and Blackbird. Those 2 series.
Okay.
That should be your intro into smut.
Okay.
Yeah,
They're-
Den
they're-
of Vipers. Throw her in.
Butcher and Blackbird is a little murdery. It's about serial killers,
Okay.
but it's really funny. Lights Out is stalkery. Not as much murder.
Okay. Not as much murder. Oh, funny. Boy, I really was going to say something. and
I know. I'm trying to think of how we got on your subject.
What's your self-care thing? Oh, you did the journaling and stuff. You started it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
LOL.
And what?
LOL.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so before this tail spins out of just control, we were gonna touch a little bit more on macros, but we just
I think we got the gist of it, though.
yeah, we scrolled into a far better topic of smutty spice books.
I mean, I think the take-home message is you've got to see where you're at first. That's
What?
like, just see what you're eating, keep track of it.
Shoot
Try-
for 1 gram of protein
per pound of
per pound.
weight.
Right.
and go from there.
And chances are, if you hit that, it's going to be really hard to overeat elsewhere if you are truly, and it takes planning. Like we've talked about this before. In order to hit protein goals, you can't start at noon. I mean, you could, but it's going to be really hard the later you start in the day. And if you don't have some type of plan, it's going to be hard to get there. But chances are, if you hit your protein, it's going to be really hard to overeat on your fats and carbs. And just watch your scale weight, try to maintain your weight, but keep track of other things like how your clothes fit, if you're getting stronger. If you are physically eating more, but your clothes are fitting better, you're physically getting stronger,
That's the
you're
goal.
sleeping better. Those are all non-scale ways to tell you that you're on the right track.
And be consistent at least
Yes.
for a month before you change anything.
Amen. Amen.
Unless you
can't
find
just-
yourself having a food intolerance,
Yeah.
then switch it up. But yes,
Like dairy or like some odd gluten allergy, of course, yes.
Well, and
But be consistent for
Yeah.
a good month.
before you make all the one thing I would say about protein though is, let's say you track your own macros and you find that on average you're only hitting like under 100 of protein, which is very common. I would not try to, if your needs are actually at least 50% more, so like let's say in this case you're only hitting 100 but you actually need 150, I would maybe go up to just a quarter of that, so maybe like 125 first, and then slowly work your way up to your goal, because protein can sometimes be very gut irritating, bloating, gas. I mean, yes, it's going to be great for satiety, but some people like that added protein, they can really take some
Baby
time
steps.
Yes.
to tolerate it. So
Well, that's just like with bodybuilders and competing. When you reverse out, you slowly start to incorporate
right, you
more
don't just
food.
be out of
Not
the
just
gates at
dive
night.
right in.
Yeah, the thought of like eating 3,000
I do,
calories
though.
or something, like if I were to eat how much you eat, I would die. I mean, I used to though, but
See,
like
there-
I
I'm-
would have to
my food's
work my
getting
way
upped
up.
again this week,
Yeah,
this coming week.
I'm
What are
guessing.
you at?
Honestly, I haven't. To be the
what?
meal plan that I'm on right now, I honestly have not calculated it, but
Ballpark.
ballpark, I'm probably around the 24 to 2,600 calories.
Oh, calories.
Yeah.
I don't count my calories. I just.
You guys, when I
see
was
what
like
I
in
do.
my last show, 2 weeks before my last show, I was eating 300 of carbs, 175 of protein, and 100 of fat. Like, I was eating like a beast. For bikini, anyway. Like, maybe that's like pellets to you guys, but like for bikini, that was great. And that was 2 weeks before show. So that was like at my, getting to where I was pretty darn lean.
I'm probably about like 2,000, 2,100.
Yeah.
But most of that comes from carbs though, because you have a higher fat intake.
I have a higher fat intake. Good, and my body just responds really well to that. So, and I'm not complaining about it.
But how do you know your body responds really well to it if that's the only thing that you've done?
It's not. No, it's not. Because before that, I had a really low, or I shouldn't say low. I had lower fat intake, and after this last prep, we switched it up and just tried something different and did a higher fat approach, and it worked a lot better for me, especially lifestyle wise. I get really, really, really bad brain fog on low fat, like really bad. And so this time around, having that higher fat intake has really helped just with my lifestyle, I guess, if that makes sense. Just work-wise, family-wise, life-wise. My body really likes that a lot. And my waist hasn't blown out or anything like that. Obviously, like, I'm pretty thick right now. And it is a lot of fat, and that's, obviously I'm not large and
well,
lean.
that's to be expected though.
But this is the best that I've looked and felt at this weight. So I think we're just gonna see what happens from there. My fats won't go up any higher than they're at right now. We'll add just more carbs and protein, but I think I'm at like 80 or 90 grams probably for fats.
Jeez.
So that's quite a bit. But it's all
That'd be a
it's
lot
all,
for me.
It's all like oils
That's
and
what I was
eggs. That's all. That's where my fats come from: oils and eggs and avocados.
So I think it's just a good example of like how different, all of our requirements
Yeah.
were.
I couldn't be able to eat that many fats.
Plus,
My
I
body
have,
would not like
See, I
that.
was
have
at
a lot-
100 fats, but I was also at 300 of carbs.
yeah.
But bikini is
Yeah. And I was at
so
175.
different though.
I
Like
was-
y'all fucking eat.
But
Yeah.
my body just would like, I never really got fluffy, so to speak. I got a little puffy. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
I never went above 12 pounds over stage weight.
See, I'm well above that. I'm at,
But bikini, we didn't need to.
yeah, I'm about 30 pounds up.
And I feel like that's pretty average, right? I'm not like very familiar with
I don't stay very
figure
lean
or
in-
women's physique.
in
Or,
the off season.
but I think like
honest,
30 is
but-
not
do.
unreasonable.
Let's see. I am
Like, what do you think the average amount? Because you don't want to gain too much body fat because
I'm
then you
40
have to
pounds up.
potentially sacrifice more muscle in the event of cutting.
Yeah, and I'm still new enough in the game that my body comp is also changing a lot too. So my 30 pounds this time around is different than my 30 pounds last time around. I also have a lot higher like cardio and endurance requirements, which also the higher fats help a lot with. So just because my job, I have to stay in high cardio shape. So
Interesting.
I always gave her shit for that too. I'm like, why the fuck are you doing cardio? And then I'm like, I need to stop making fun of her because she needs to.
I mean, I think all of us could
I
use.
always like never take that into consideration. Like, I'm trying to keep my calories in my body.
But sometimes, I mean, cardio is good for your heart, but
I
there's
have been doing
other
cardio.
activities that I think some cardio endurance would help a little bit. So they,
I just do 10 minutes. That's literally all I
see,
do.
and I'm only at like 15 minutes of steady state right now.
Yeah.
So it's really not bad, but I'm in like the zone 2, so it is. I mean,
I walk.
120. My heart rate's 120, between 120 and 130 for that 15 minutes
Yeah,
Mhm.
that would be.
consecutively. And again, the motocross this year is also amped up my cardio, but. Oh my. Okay, my husband is absolutely messaging me. He's losing his mind with the children currently, so.
Oh, well, you had to do that for how long?
I know.
It's his turn, damn it.
I know.
Well, this was fun. Nice to catch up and
Read your
yes.
smut books.
Okay.
Get your
okay.
protein in.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Yeah,
find
well-
time for girl time
Yes. Yes.
for once.
I know I was gonna zoom in for this, and then I'm like, no. Well, I wanted to bring you, but also I was like, no, I need to see the girls.
And you got your little dumpster fire finally.
Dumpster fire, and I just listened to my lecture on the way here, and I'll listen to it on the way back. Well, portion of it. So I feel like I'm multitasking
There you
because
go.
I'm studying and driving. So
There you go. Perfect.
That's what women are good for. Multitasking.
all right, peace out.
Post
Peace out.
countdown.
All right, awesome. Thank you guys. As always, tune in, subscribe, follow along, message us, all that fun stuff.
And book recommendations.
Yes. Yes. Or if you read some ones we talked about.
Reviews.
Yes. All those things. Okay, cool. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.